SCA Minhag of the Week, Life Cycles. The wedding day. What is special about the wedding day? Are there special minhagim? Are there minhagim that we're seeing today that were never really our minhagim and we shouldn't be practicing them? Where did they come from? What's going on? So I've received quite a few texts, emails, verbal questions about the Shomer. Okay? The person that watches, the guard for the Hatan and possibly for the Kala. Do the bride and groom to be need somebody to watch them? Answer, no. Absolutely not. This was never our custom. It's not something that we're familiar with. And if you look at the sources all point to a watcher, a guard for the bride and groom after the wedding, for that entire week. Now, people have asked, well, what's going on? I've always been told that the bride needs to be watched because she's very emotional. The groom needs to be watched because he may get cold feet and run out and not show up for the wedding, and that's why we have a shomer. That's 100% false. The sources are very clear that once a man and woman get married, they are like a king and a queen. And a king and a queen, okay, and they will remain a king and queen for that entire week. The king never goes out unescorted, never goes out without his entourage. Same for the queen. And therefore, once they get married, during that week of wedding, the week of the what we call today the week of Sheva Berachot, that's when they need their shomer. That's when they need somebody to guard over them, to escort them, to be with them, to be part of their entourage. And again, it's only not for protection from themselves, rather it's protection from others who may be jealous of them and may want to hurt them. And that's where the custom comes from. But even then, we've never had such a custom. That's item number one. Item number two, prayers on the wedding day. So on the wedding day, as we've said in previous episode, we do not have a custom to fast. Not the bride, not the groom. There may have been certain individuals, certain families that did it, but overall the custom of Sephardim was not to fast outside of the Sephardim of Amsterdam. Otherwise, all the Sephardim of the Middle East have never really had this custom, and even if they did fast, they didn't change anything in their prayers. Going back to the custom of Amsterdam, as well as the custom of the Ashkenazim, those who fasted also said special prayers on that day. But what kind of special prayers? In the Minha prayer of the day, they would add the vidui of Yom Kippur. Okay, the long vidui. We do not have this custom. It has never been our custom. It's not something we've ever seen, not something we've ever heard of, that people tell you that that's what they do now. It's all from outside sources. It's not ours. We don't do it. There's no reason for it. But it's a very special day for the bride and groom, and they should be praying for themselves. They should be praying to have a successful marriage, to be able to get along with one another, to be able to work things out, to be able to raise a proper family. And people should be praying on behalf of the bride and groom. And that's what it always was, that prior to the wedding, you'd go to the elders of the family, to get a beracha. You'd go to the hachamim of the family, the hachamim of the community, to get a beracha. You'd have people bestow upon the bride and groom their well wishes. What we see today is the exact opposite. We see people running, especially to the bride, and giving her lists of names. Pray for this ill person, pray for that sick person, pray for this person who still didn't get married yet, pray for this person because she hasn't been able to have a child yet, pray for them. And instead of the bride and groom praying for themselves and taking in the glory and the specialness of that day, they end up being bogged down thinking about people's problems and trying to pray for others, instead of taking in the happiness and the berachot of their own day. So let's put aside these outside influences. Let's focus that this day is for the Hatan and for the Kala, and the people that care about them have to pray on their behalf, and they have to take it all in and enjoy and not be thinking about others, only be focused on themselves. And this is the day of the wedding prior to the wedding ceremony. Mabruk to all the happy couples.